I'm afraid of roller coasters. However, I ride them. Go figure. I am truly afraid of roller coasters, but I ride them. I wanted to recount this story with you all to tell you about my childhood experience and how it's played out to how I feel about roller coasters today. So I'll start with telling you where I am today. So when people tell me that they have, a trip to an amusement park happening and, they ask if I would like to be a part of that trip, I usually immediately feel like a sense of anxiety come over me, like a small sense of anxiety. And it's interesting because it happens consistently, and I've noticed it for some years now. And the reason why I have a small level of anxiety when someone asks if I want to go to an amusement park, because the first thing I think about is roller coasters. And the fact that I'm afraid of heights, the fact that I'm afraid of roller coasters. So I have that little bit of anxiety, even though, of course, there's so many other things to do at an amusement park that doesn't involve roller coasters, right? So I'm acting as if this is the only thing in amusement parks when clearly it's not. But anywho, with that being said, I have this little sense of anxiety. And so I'll still wind up going, for sure. But there's always this little anxiety the entire time. So once I get there, it increases, it starts to increase, but I'm still cool. And it continues on until after I ride my first roller coaster. And this process literally repeats every time without fail. So I get to the amusement park, and then at some point, the people that I'm with, they're ready to jump on a coaster. And of course, everybody's just like, yeah, let's go. Ready to go? And I'm not gonna be the one at this point that's like just not, especially if I'm with a crew that rides roller coasters. I could be this person, I wouldn't mind, but I'm also open. I'm like, okay. So I'm not gonna be the one that doesn't ride them, at least this hasn't been the person I've been. So I'll go on a roller coaster, and before getting on and getting in line, like I got all the anxiety. And it's not like terrible anxiety that's like crippling. It's just that butterflies in your stomach type of anxiety. And so, while that's going on, eventually we get to the point where we're getting on it. And so I do something that I have learned to now do since my first horrific experience of riding a roller coaster at 10 years old. I learned how to hold my breath really tight and squeeze and push my abs. How you squeeze your abs and push the air, but you don't let it out, you're just pushing it. And I learned at 10 years old that that's how you minimize the effect of your stomach dropping. Now, your stomach is still going to drop. You're going straight the hell down at 1,000,000 miles an hour, right? So, but it does decrease it though. And so I learned that's how you get over it. But yeah, now here's the interesting thing. After I ride that first roller coaster, when I go to an amusement park, I'm completely fine after that. As if the fear has gone away. Period. I never had it. Go figure. All right, I'm in a dead spot. So if my phone pauses, after these messages, we'll be right back. All right, the only way you'll know what I just did is if you are an 80s baby, because most parents at that age that were 60s or 50s babies or 40s or what have you. They weren't they weren't necessarily paying this close attention, I don't think. After these messages, we'll be right back. Boom. All right, the first person that can tell me what that is, I may have to start doing prizes, like trivia prizes for shit like this. So anyway, back to I didn't get cut off, so we're good to go. So in a nutshell, after I ride the first roller coaster, boom, everything changes and I'm fine from there. It's very interesting. It literally takes my fear away. But then afterwards, when I leave, then the whole process starts over again. It's so funny, you know. And the funny thing is, I know there are many people who love roller coasters. I'm the type of person where, I was just telling someone this earlier, like there's never a time. Renee, do you like roller coasters? Let's see. Let's take a tally here. Whoever jumps in here, drop a line, let me know. Do you like roller coasters or no? That's the question of the day. But there's never a time when I am just sitting at home or, you know, like what I'm doing now on the road driving. There's never a time where out of nowhere I'm just like, man, you know what I would want to do right now? Like fall from 1,000,000 feet in the air straight the hell down. Like there's never a time where that's the thought that's running through my head. You know what I would rather do more than anything else right now is just drop straight down. I will tell y'all something. Now I rode the roller coasters. Gretchen, are you afraid of roller coasters? What's your feeling about roller coasters? Now I rode the roller coasters. I think the scariest one I rode was the Superman at Six Flags, and I know they got plenty of ones worse than that. In fact, the next time I went to Six Flags, there was a roller coaster that looked like, it just went straight up and straight down. And I was just like, who's getting on that? Not this dude. Gretchen says, hey, Aaron, nah, I'm chicken. I can't, look, I'm chicken too, Gretchen. I am super chicken when it comes to these roller coasters. But I've had this interesting kind of thing that's happened to me over the years. Yeah, so there's never a time, y'all, where I'm just sitting around just like, you know what? I want the thrill of a roller coaster like now. Like, no. I don't even really get it, like, to be honest. You know, I guess I do. Different strokes, different folks, different things give you that adrenaline rush. So anyway, here's the story of when I was a kid, how this all started, right? So I'm a kid, as kids are, and I think I'm about 9 years old. No, I was about 10. I'm 10 years old. My family goes to King's Dominion. It's me, my stepfather, my mother, some other family, them and them. And, we get there and they all love roller coasters. Now, my mom's a chicken too. I would say mom is a part of the chicken crew. Maybe that's where I grew my feathers from. Because, mom ain't getting on no roller coaster. Mom is like, roller what? Now, she will go to the amusement park with you. She will play the games. She loves amusement parks. She loves social gatherings and having fun and people and sunshine and all that good stuff. And she likes to watch other people have fun. But her getting on the roller coaster, I'm gonna tell y'all, like I heard my uncle say about 20 years ago when he was in his he was in his early 60s and he was carrying his wife, my aunt, up the steps, and he volunteered to do this. He was like, come on, baby, come on, hop on. We'll take you upstairs today. She persisted to hop on his back. And the next words that came out of my wonderful uncle's mouth was, shit. Yo, when I tell y'all, wait a minute, sidetrack real quick. When I tell y'all the first time I heard that story, Now, what was even more funny is that my aunt didn't curse. So she just was like, ass. But I know my uncle. He put her on his back and was like, come on, baby, I got you. I'm going to take you upstairs. She jumped on his back. He was like, shit. This ain't happening. So that's how I look at it. My mom is like, I ain't getting on no roller coasters. Okay, so I'm 10 years old. We're at King's Dominion. So my stepfather and his friends, you know, they're all pumped, ready to go on the roller coaster. And so they're like, come on, Aaron Hill. Call me by my whole name. Come on, Aaron Hill. Come on with us. We're going to get on this Rebel Yell. We're going to get on the white, wooden, rickety Rebel Yell. Y'all know that shit was rickety. Come on now. No, I'm going to tell y'all the most rickety in history. If you have been to King's Dominion, the most rickety in history, as far as roller coasters, awards goes to the Grizzly. Yo, the Grizzly was so damn rickety. Like, it didn't even need hills or turns. Like, you just be like, just driving straight. Like, yo, it was rickety as hell. Second best was Rebel Yell. Now, Rebel Yell wasn't rickety, but that hill was crazy. So, now here's how they got me. And I still, you know, they hypnotized me, y'all. I'm learning how to hypnotize people. They hypnotize me. Yeah, they put me in a trance for real. Because somehow they had me believing that the Rebel Yell had no hills. That the Rebel Yell had no hills. You know, you go straight up, and then you see the little thing over top of your head as you get to the top, and it's like, well, buddy, this is it for your ass. You know, in the forms of have fun. They had me believing that this was a roller coaster that did not have one of those. And I don't know how I did it, because I stood in line and I was like, wait a minute, we looking right at it. And they were like, no, you know, that's not. I think they kept changing the story. So they threw me way off. They went from like, nah, that's not that's not the actual one we're getting on. I mean, I know the line is leading straight the hell there. But nah, nah, come on, you know, ain't no hills. That was the first thing. And then I think the second phase was just like, I don't know. I remember the phase of like, look, you're here now. I mean, you're here, so you might as well get it takes you longer. It'll take you longer to get out of line than it would for you to ride the roller coaster. So somehow they tricked me. Now, by the time they got to that point, I was just like, okay. You know, they were like, all right, come on, it's not going to be that bad. It's not going to be that bad. Come on, be a big boy. I got on this roller coaster, y'all. I went up this hill. They did not hear a word from me the whole time up this hill. I got my head down. I'm holding my breath. I'm not looking at anyone. My stepfather turned around and was like, Aaron Hill. I'm going to have to tag him in this video. In fact, I am going to tag him in this video. He probably doesn't even remember this story. Tag him in this video. He turned around. He's like, Aaron Hill. He laughing. I'm like this, eyes closed. Just. We get over. Only thing I opened my eyes up for was to see the top of this. Well, buddy, this is it for you. We go over this hill. But this is when I learned the trick, because I don't know what made me do this, because I did not scream. I learned the secret by not screaming. I held my breath. I kept my eyes closed. And I held on for dear life. They were wrong for that. I guess it did get me over my fear, though. So we went down. By the time we got off of this, I don't even remember what my reaction was after that. I really don't. I honestly think I don't. I don't even know if I woke up until the next day. I might not have been. Yeah, I might not have even been conscious for the rest of the trip and just don't even remember, because I really don't remember. But after that, still had the same fear, but because I can't remember even after that if I got on any other roller coasters that day either. All I know is that Rebel yell. Come on, person. Really? You ever see somebody who just, for some reason, they have a brain fart and they think that they are a car and they just stroll out in the middle of the street just like it's a nice little river that you're just dabbing your feet in? A river of flying cars. Like, what the hell are you thinking? So anyway, that's my roller coaster story. I'm interested to hear if you all are afraid of roller coasters. If you're not, what your favorite roller coaster is. Why are you so thrilled? Like one ride that I will never get on. I don't know if I said it already or not, but if I did, good, because I need to say it twice so y'all can know and never try to never try to persuade me to get on this ride. One day we're going to take a trip together and actually plan some meet me outside outings. Stay tuned for that. But yeah, the one ride where you just go straight up and straight down. I don't know what that's called. I call it you done lost your goddamn mind in the form of a ride. Ernest says, that's interesting. I get it, though. Gretchen says, I would love the zip line, though. Zip lines are a lot of fun, Gretchen. I think I did. Last time I did one was in Massanutten. Gretchen says, I did the super duper looper at Hershey years ago. I'm cured. I feel you on that. Let me tell you, the one interesting thing that I find is that, I'm only afraid of the hill. My favorite roller coaster, because it does not drop my stomach, was the Anaconda at King's Dominion. It was twists and turns galore, but you didn't get that drop. And I can handle twists and turns. They don't bother me. It's them damn drops. But I pushed past my fear by getting on the smaller roller coasters, as a hobby from time to time, just to raise my hands in the air, allow my stomach to drop just a little bit, and to say, I'm not so scared of this shit after all. Oh, man. So that's my roller coaster story. What's yours? And what's your favorite roller coaster? What's the wildest ride you've been on? There's some stuff I will not try because I just have no need. Now, what's most interesting about this is that, and this is probably crazy, skip all of this stuff. I kind of want to skydive one day, even though that's whoo. But for some reason, I feel like it's so high up that my brain, I won't be able to be too scared because my brain won't be able to put together what the hell I'm looking at. So it might be easier. You know how that is? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm just tripping, but yeah, I probably will skydive one day. So anywho, that's the coaster story. Hope you enjoyed. Talk to you soon. Peace.